Hi everyone, Suhaan here and welcome back to another video. This video is all about how to host your Django project live on web using PythonAnywhere. The video is in two sections. In the first section we will be creating a simple Django app, and in the second section we will be deploying it to PythonAnywhere. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So in this first section we will be creating a Django app. It is basically a dictionary app in which the user can enter word and a meaning, and other users can see the word and also enter their word and meanings. So to get started with it, open the command prompt or any terminal and go to your directory where you want to create a project. And after that we will be first creating a virtual environment by the help of Python -m venv env. The env is the name of the virtual environment. I can give any name to it, but for now we will be taking env. So why we are using virtual environment? If you are creating a project, you should use virtual environment as it will keep all the packages for that project in a place where other projects will not collide with it. If you install all the packages globally, then other packages or projects may be affected because of the updation of the packages dependent on that project. So my recommendation is to use or always use virtual environment. Now as the virtual environment is created, we have to activate it. So for activating it, env scripts and then activate. After activating, you can see the name of the virtual environment in brackets if you are using command prompt. And then we will be installing our first package, that is Django, to the environment. After installing Django, we will be opening Visual Studio Code. You can use any text editor. I will be using Visual Studio Code. Now the Django app is installed. We will be creating a Django project with it. So for creating the project, the command is Django admin start project and Django app name or the project name. So I am giving demo project. And after the project is created, go to the project directory and open it. If you are using code, you can simply write code.vs code, then it will open the current directory in the code. Now we know that Django works on the system of apps, means every functionality is broken down into an app, so that we can modularize our project and export an app to other projects if needed. So for creating the app, first we will write Python manage.py start app and then the app name. For that I will be using dictionary app. So here the dictionary app is created, and now after the creation of the app, we have to tell Django that the app to use the app. So for that we will be going to installed apps. In settings.py installed app, I will be giving a comment custom apps. So custom apps and our app name, which is dictionary app, which we gave it when we created the app. Now after giving the app name, first we will create our model. A model is a representation of the SQL table inside Django. So for creating a model, we will go to dictionary app, then models.py. We will be storing word and meaning in our app. So we will be creating a model called word, which will be having parameters models.model, and then word equal to models.character field, and then we will be limiting our character field to 30, the word size, and then meaning of the word to models dot character field, and the max length is 255, so we will be giving 255. After creating the model, now we have to serve our website, and to serve the website in Django we use views and URLs. URLs are basically to connect views with the URL, and views are mainly the code of Django which is used to create functionalities. Like if I want to serve a HTML page on this URL, then I will be defining an view inside views and then using URLs to connect it. Let me show how to do it. First I will be creating a simple view using def view name. Here I will be using dictionary view, and then inside it request return render request comma dictionary dot html. Now we have to serve dictionary.html in this view, and we have to connect the dictionary view to the URL. So we will go to urls.py. Mainly in big projects we create a urls.py inside the app itself and then connect it with the urls.py in the project. But as this app contains only one URL, I will be directly assigning the URL to the home page and then importing the view from dictionary app.views dictionary view. So dictionary view, and then giving it a name home and then saving it. After that, now what is this all means that at the home page or the base URL we are serving the dictionary view, and the view is serving dictionary.html. Now the dictionary.html is not present in our app, so we will be creating an folder called templates where we will be storing all of our HTML files. Inside it I will be writing an dictionary.html, and in this HTML file, let's change it to HTML so that I can use emmet. I will be writing here h1 hi, this is a dictionary. So after saving it, let's run the server and see if it runs. So python manage.py run server, and whenever we run the server we see here that in the settings.py we have to first define a template or a path to the template. So what is the path to the template? The base directory, and inside it templates. So go to the top where it says base dir and first import os template directory equal to os dot path dot join base directory and template. Now after we get the template directory, scroll down, you will see this array called templates, and then paste the variable here template dir. After that we will run our server. The server is locally hosted on port 8000. So this is our app, and now we will be connecting the static files like CSS or other files. So for this example I will be using CSS like a static file. So static, then CSS, then dictionary.css, and for the demo I will be using like h1 color be blue, or okay, blue. And after that let's link it here, link CSS. Now how we will link our CSS file? For this, first we have to define this CSS file as static. For that, first come to settings.py, scroll all the way down and to the static URL. Now define here static files, and after that the path of the static file. So static files, I will be static os.path.join base direct, which is our demo project, and then static, which is our folder name. So we are telling Django that our static files are all located at the folder named static, as same as we done for our template here. So after that we will be saving it and then going to dictionary.html. At the top we will be loading the CSS. So load static, let's see, no errors. So static file is loaded, and here we will be giving the path by 2 curly braces and then 2% static, and then the name dictionary.css. If we go here now and refresh, nothing is happening. So any guesses why this is not working or what is wrong here? Let's check here. So first of all, whenever we get something wrong, we go to the inspect tab. Now go to the console and failed to load serve. So dictionary.css was not found. So the mistake is that if we come here in our command prompt, it is saying static dictionary.css. So the path was wrong, as I stored it in static CSS and dictionary CSS. So here it will be CSS and dictionary dots. Now let's run it. You can see static files are working. After that, now let's work on the actual project. So we have till now we have created the model and also attached the URL to the view. Now the main thing is to create an HTML form. So for this we will be using the Django forms feature. So go to your app, create a new file called forms.py, and inside it we will first import from Django, import forms, and after that we will be creating a form called word form. We will not be using forms.form, we will be using our model form. The model form is used to tell Django that we will be creating a form based on a pre-existing model. So I will be importing the model here. So the dictionary app.models, import the name of the model, which was the word. So we will be writing word here. So in this type of form, we first define a class called meta, and inside this meta class we will be defining which model we have to use. So we will be using word and fields equal to name comma meaning. So the form is created, and the name, not word comma meaning, the same names as we have given here, word and meaning. And for keeping the form or the order of the form as word and then meaning, we have to define another field which was field order equal to array which will be containing word and meaning. And Now how to use this form? Go to the views and import the form in the view. So for importing the form, we will be importing it using from use dictionary app dot forms, and import the name of the form word form. And after importing it, we will be creating a form object inside it. So the main logic is that if the request is of post, so if request.method is post, then we will be using form is equal to word form request.post, means every data which is coming from the post, we will be storing it in the word form and then checking if the form is valid or not. So if form dot is valid, it checks all the conditions like the unique equal to true we have given here, and the character, so here should be unique true. I thought that unique equal to true, since we are defining, since in dictionary only one word with same meaning, only one word can exist with same name. So if I have apple in dictionary, it will not repeat twice, or duplicates will not be there. So I am applying unique equal to true in the models. And when applying a new property to the model or changing the properties, we have to again close the server, run python manage.py make migrations. So here you can see that alter field meaning of word and then migrate. So remember that whenever we make changes to our models, we have to make migrations and then migrate the form to the database. The migrations is complete. In the views, if the form is valid, then what we will do is form.save, which will save the model to the database, and then form is equal to word form, which will clean all the data and return a new form. Or else, if form is not valid, we can handle the errors here. For now we are not handling error, we are only making the form empty again. So this was the case for form if the request was post. But if the request is itself not a post request, then we simply return an empty form, which means that if the user comes to the URL, he will get an empty form. So for passing the form, what we can do in Django is that we write comma in brackets the name and then the value. Here we will be passing the form. So after that, I will be saving it and then going to the dictionary.html. Here I will be creating an form element, and then inside it I will be giving an action which is method is post, and we are giving the URL which is home. Why I have written home here is that if we go to urls.py, we have given name as home to our dictionary view or the URL. So this is a shorthand for not writing the whole URL and giving it only the name using this method, and the CRF token to avoid or to prevent CRF attacks, cross-site scripting attack or cross-site forgery attacks. And we are displaying the form. If I save it and run it, now I think that the server is not running. First I will run the server, and after that when the server is ran, you can see here that word and meaning form is created. In the word I can add apple, and in the meaning it's a fruit. And now submit. Now here you cannot see that what are the words and meaning in our dictionary. To view that, what we will do is come into view and then first import our model. So it was in dictionary app dot models import word, and we will be using this word model to get all the data from the database. So after this all, I will be creating a words variable and then word dot objects dot all, which will get all the objects, and then I will be ordering it by the word, which is an attribute in the table, and then I will be passing it through the dictionary in same manner, key value pair, it is word and then word. Now so words, so I will be giving the name words and passing the words variable to it. Now in the dictionary.html, we cannot display words directly as this, as it is an it is an array containing words and meaning. So to display it, we will loop through it, and in Django, to loop through the list, what we do is first I will create an unordered list, and then inside it I will create for word in words, same as we write in Python, only with the percentage sign and inside the bracket. And whenever we create an for loop, we also have to end that loop. So to end that, we write end for, and inside this loop we will write things we want to display for every element. So every element will be displayed word has word in it, and then it also has meaning in it. So word dot meaning. Now if I go to the browser and refresh it, continue, you can see that the list is here. If I add a new word it here, like aeroplane, and it is object flying in the sky. So if I submit here, you can see that aeroplane is added, and the ordering is like aeroplane then apple, as it is in the dictionary. Now we have successfully created our app. Now let's head to the second section, in which we will be finally deploying our app or the project to the server. For deploying the server, we will first open PythonAnywhere, and after creating an account with the help of the email, you will see the dashboard here. Inside the dashboard, these are various things like dashboard, consoles, files. So first create an account and come to this page. For deploying this project onto the web, there are some steps. First is how the code will be passed to the server. There are two ways. First of all, we can use Git to push the code to the GitHub and then clone it using git clone, or the second method, which is using first converting our project to an zip file, then taking that zip file and extracting it in the PythonAnywhere itself. So we will be going through the second one, which is creating the zip file and then extracting it. So first I will be terminating our server, clearing the files, and first we have to create an file named requirements or anything, which will have all the packages installed, or which will have all the names of the packages for this project. And Python makes it very easy. So what we have to do is pip freeze. greater than file name, which is I'm taking it as requirements.txt. So if we go to the, if you enter, then a file will be created called requirement.txt. I will be opening it in Notepad. Requirements.txt. So these are the things which we need in our project. You will be familiar with Django as it is the main thing we are using, but what is these three things? So these are the dependencies. Whenever we install Django, these three dependencies or the packages install by themselves, as Django needs these three dependencies internally. So after getting the requirements.txt, we will open our project in the Explorer. So for opening it, Explorer dot, so it will open in the current directory, and go outside the directory, and then right click, send to compress, which will create a zip file of it. After creating the zip file, we will simply go to our PythonAnywhere dashboard. Inside it, head to the consoles tab. In console, create a new bash console. Now we will be following the same steps. First, we will be creating an virtual environment. So for creating an virtual environment in PythonAnywhere, the command is mk virtual env, virtual environment name, let we say that Django env, denoting that it's a Django environment, or you can name anything, and then Python equal to the repository where the Python is situated. In PythonAnywhere, it is situated in user bin Python, and we will be using 3.9, which is the latest and which is available in PythonAnywhere. And if I enter, we will see that after some while a virtual environment is created, and as we saw it in here, that the name of virtual environment is displayed, same here is also displayed. And after that, creating the virtual environment, we have to install the dependencies. Suppose you have a big project and you have tens or 15s of dependencies, then one thing you can do is to install the dependencies using pip install and the dependencies name one by one, but it will take a lot of time, and the more easy way to do is to pip install r. Before doing this, we have to first import a zip file which we have created. So before installing anything in the virtual environment, first we will open the files folder and import the zip file we have created. So upload, mark the zip file, and then open. Now do ls to get all the content. You can see that demo.zip file. After that, unzip it. To unzip the zip file, we simply do unzip and the zip file name, and after that it will unzip itself. It may take some time if your zip file is big. Since our project is small, it only took some seconds. Now after unzipping it, again ls, we can see that the demo project is available. We will go inside it, demo project, and now we will install all the packages using the requirements .txt file which we have created. So a requirement.txt. so what will it do? It's -r represent recursive, so it will go through all the lines in requirement.txt and install the dependencies like this is here. So I will enter, and after requirements.py is completed, or it is means all the dependencies are downloaded, we will also go to the next page. We will go to web app, and we will create a new app. So this was my previous app, so I will delete it. And you will see interface like this, and I will create a new app. Click on next, manual configuration, choose the 3.9. if you are using 2.7 or other versions, you can choose from here, but I am using the latest 3.9. so then next, now here you can see that our web app is hosted. So if first press reload, and after pressing reload, we will visit our web page. Now you can see here that it is not our web page, it's a generic file which says that it's a default welcome page, and we have to change the default page to our website. so we will scroll down in the code section, sorry, WSGI configuration section, and then inside it what we will do is, from the line where it says Django, we will delete all the things above it. So we delete all the things above it, and from the line where the Django section ends, we delete all the things below it. So let's delete it. Now uncomment all the lines, and here you can see that we are giving a path to our website. So what was our website? Which is Demo Project, or the project name. So in the path where it says my site, give Demo Project, and where it says my sites.settings, we have to give the paths to our settings file. So in our case, the files are situated like, first our project name, which is Demo Project. Inside it you can see another Demo Project folder, and inside it we see settings.py. so for us it will be same Demo Project.settings, but if you have manually changed the folder name, so here you can give the name of the folder which contains settings.py, and then we save the program. After that, if we again go to our web and reload it, it may take us some, okay, reloaded. After opening it, we will see some errors. The main error here is, let's read what is the error. Invalid HTTP host header. So the error is about host, and it says that this URL you may need to add to allowed host. So what is happening here is that whenever we host our website, we have to tell Django to allow the URL to serve the files of our project. So go back and come to our files again, and in the files we will go to our settings.py where all the settings are there. So in Demo Project, settings.py, and in settings.py we will be first going, we will be finding two options here, debug and allowed host. For now we will be keeping debug to true, but once the site is fully deployed, we will be turning it false. And then in the array of allowed host, paste your link which was from in the web apps. If we go copy the link from the web app, so in the web app, copy the link of your or the URL of your website and then paste it here. And if now I save it and then go back to the app and reload the app, and go to our website, we can see that hi, this is dictionary and these all are loaded. But you can notice that our CSS file is not loaded, since hi, this is a dictionary is not in blue. If we go to our source code and go to dictionary.css, we have defined h1 as blue. So why it is not working? This is because as whenever we are serving in a server or in deployment phase or in production, we have to create a static files directory. In Django, it's very simple to create an static files directory. Simply go to settings.py and after going to drop down, and where you see static files, we have also provide a new link called static root, which tells us the root where all the static files will be generated. So we will be defining a static root, and which will contain os.path.join base directory, and here we will give the folder name in which all the static files will be there. For simplicity, we will be giving it static files. We can provide anything here, and what it does is we define it the root where all the static files of the website will be collected. Now after doing this, we have to go to the console, and in console go to the bash console which we have working, and here if here the Django env is not coming, then what we can do is simply type work on Django env. So it will again start the Django env if it is not showing there. And then what we have to do is collect all the static files and put in the static files directory. So for doing that, the command is python then manage.py then collect static, which will collect all the static files. Now it shows that 129 static files were copied to home demo static files. So copy this path we will require in further steps. So after that, if we go to our code files, if we go to our files, then we can see a new folder named static files. So in demo project static files. So this was created, and all the admin things, means the admin bar and the CSS files which we have created, is stored in static files, a new folder. So in go to web, again go to web and come down here, and in virtual environment, first we have to give which virtual environment we are using. So our virtual environment name was from here Django env. So the name of virtual environment Django env. If I say okay, then it is here, and then if we come down, here is the static URL. So what we give is static in the URL, and in the directory we give the path to the static files, which was first, which we got here, home demo project static files. So this path is used. So in static files we have given the URL static, as we have given it in our project in settings.py, a static URL static. And next, in the directory we have to give the path where the static files are located. So in this case the static files are located at this path, demo project, and then static files. And after saving it, if we now reload the app, and then open the file, we can see that now the heading is in blue. And if I write something like book, and the meaning it is used to read. So if I submit, we can see here that it is added to the dictionary. CSS files are working, and any other files such as images and other things will work. So this was the end of section 2, and now you can try to host your own apps on PythonAnywhere and share it in the comment section. And in case you have enjoyed the video, then press the subscribe button and like the video, and let's catch up in the next video. I am Suhaan, signing out.